What is up, everybody? Welcome into another episode here on Wide Eye Sports. Today, we are talking your Minnesota Vikings. Please please subscribe. Every week, we talk Vikings here on the channel. Boys, we haven't really talked much since Jauan Jennings landed on my team,
Brenner
and
called it
I did
on the
call it.
pod.
I did call it on the pod. I'm interested to hear outsiders' perspectives on this, Steve. I told you that I thought this would make the best trio in the NFL. You're on the team of Jordan Addison's just kind of a dude. I think he has very high potential. I want to hear your a little outsider opinion, Steve being a Chiefs fan, Spoon being a Cowboys fan. Talk to me a little bit about y'all's perspectives of this move.
You're talking about potential, maybe could have been Super Bowl MVP Jauan Jennings.
Seriously, oh my god.
You know what I mean? I mean, dude's a freak. He's a stud. I think he's going to be good for you guys. I hope the quarterback plays up to par for all that
That's the
talent
question.
around them.
That's the question.
I think having Justin Jefferson though, Brenner, just raises the floor of that room. I just think
Yeah,
by a
absolutely.
million steps it raises the floor.
Absolutely. I think Jordan is a guy in that room who, if he can, very similar to situation that you're having, if he can keep his head on straight, can be a very top notch receiver. I love everything about him. He had the drops issue last year, and the Vikings are backing him. They're when the season ended, I was okay with him being traded. The Vikings are backing him. They're going to go into the season with him. If he has another drops season like he had last year, he'll be untradeable. Um, I like the kid. I think he can be good. His first few seasons in the NFL, he was very dynamic, very electric, played really well most of the time, got to play with Jefferson, played well as a number one without Jefferson in those, I think, 7 games JJ missed his rookie year, and that was as a rookie. I am very interested to see this room because I think this move, I initially thought so. Frank Smith is the assistant head coach for the Vikings now. He was the Miami Dolphins assistant offensive coordinator last year. And the Miami Dolphins run a lot of what's called 21 personnel, 2 tight ends, 1 running back. Or 2 running backs, 1 tight end. So running back, fullback, tight end on the field. And Kevin O'Connell has been a big proponent with the Rams, with the Vikings, of 11 personnel, which means 1 running back, 1 tight end, 3 receivers on the field. Jauan Jennings is one of the best run blocking receivers in the NFL. All I have heard about this dude is that he likes to talk trash and he likes to run block. Like, that is what I've heard over and over and over and over again about this dude. And while he's been, San Fran's de facto number 1 in this whole Ayuk drama situation, he's consistent. He's on the field. I believe that this is more insurance for if Jordan Addison decides to go 400 miles an hour on the highway again, that you have a solid depth number 2 piece that you can just plug into the offense and not miss a beat for whoever the quarterback is. So I love this move. I talked a little bit about it. This is part of the Grenard trade, but it's not. Do you guys remember me talking about that
Mm-hmm.
on one of the episodes? We got 2/3 for Grenard and freed up $13 million in cap space, and we gave Jauan Jennings $8 million base up to $13 million. So the money we saved on Grenard, we immediately then went and spent on Jennings. So really, you give up Grenard for 2/3 in Jennings, and I feel like that makes it I was not upset with the Grenard value. I think they could have gotten more at a different time. Like, if you come up at a trade deadline and you give him to a contender, I think you can get a late first for him, but not the situation right now. Philly gets him. I love Grenard. All love for him. Good for him. But I feel like this did make the team better now and in the future. We got Miami safety Jacoby Thomas, who is a blitzing freak. Brian Flores, as we all know, loves to blitz and is really excited to work with this kid. This was like a Brian Flores specific pick. So I trust him with my defense at all times. And so super excited about that. We got 3rd next year. Bring in Jennings for a year. But those are my overall feelings on that. I do want to talk about McCarthy and Kyler for just a second. I want to hear y'all's opinions. Who do you think wins that competition and why? And you can be as blunt as possible. I will take no offense.
You want to go Kuhnstein or you want me to?
I mean, I think Kyler wins it
Hmm?
just because he's the more experience. Like he has more experience. He's probably going to step up, and I mean, I think he'll play a little better than JJ. I don't love the competition. Period. Really.
Really,
I mean,
you don't like quarterback competition?
Well, no, I'm not saying I don't like quarterback competition. I just don't know. I mean, is there?
Oh, you don't like either quarterback?
Is there a winner there where it's like, oh, hey, if this guy wins the competition, the Vikings are now a playoff team? No, I don't see either one of them.
Kyler Murray's played some really good football.
I mean, the Cardinals were.
If he can stay healthy, but he can't. So
honestly,
I think we're personally going to see both quarterbacks start multiple games this year, and it's just going to hurt the Vikings more. That's what I see happening. And then I kind of missed over the wide receiver thing with Jauan Jennings. Cool. What quarterback do you have that's going to throw them the ball? That's the thing.
Well, that's why I brought up the run blocking thing.
Yeah.
I think he's going to play a major factor in running the ball because you can bring him in with a tight end, and now you have the threat of the pass with 11 personnel, but you have a de facto second tight end on the field with Jauan Jennings.
Yeah, with 32-year-old Aaron Jones again.
Jordan Mason. Kevin O'Connell underutilized Jordan Mason. That's a Kevin O'Connell issue. He underutilizes running backs left and right. Jordan Mason's a good running back. He underutilizes him.
But regardless, I don't know. I mean, who do you want to see win? Who would you like to see win? Kyler? Because that's the only way I see the Vikings being decent this next year.
So here's what I'm assuming. Whichever quarterback wins played good, and whichever quarterback loses didn't play as good. So if JJ McCarthy, I don't see a world where they come in and they're both so bad they have to go, well, I guess we'll go with McCarthy because Kyler just played that bad at training. Like, I don't see that as this case. So if McCarthy wins, it's because he came in and outperformed Kyler Murray. My problem is I don't know what Kyler Murray I'm going to get. If I get a Kyler Murray who is motivated, who is ready to rock, who's going to come in and be 2024 Kyler Murray, I'm all in on that. Like, he is going to come in and put up 4,500 total yards and 30 plus touchdowns and go crazy on the field and, make big plays. I'm in for that, but he hasn't shown he can stay healthy in 2 out of the past 3 years. And on the flip side of that, I would like to see McCarthy win it because if McCarthy wins it, I believe that means he played better. So if he's playing better, that's good enough to start. And the guys in the locker room want McCarthy. Like the Vikings right tackle, Brian O'Neill, just went on a podcast last week and was like, I've never seen anybody have a locker room the way JJ McCarthy had the locker room last year. Like, those guys, Justin Jefferson believes in JJ McCarthy. So it makes it hard for me not to believe in it. Like, if Justin Jefferson, a guy who has the ability to jump ship and go, yeah, no, Kyler Murray, a former Pro Bowler, a guy that I know can play in the NFL, is coming over here, I can jump ship right now, is like, no. This guy's going to be the guy. Like,
that's just PR shit. Like, you can't cause chaos in the locker room by saying that. Like, obviously he's not
PR shit. That. They have no reason to lie. They have no reason to say any of this. You don't get veteran players just going out and touting guys just because. Like, they don't have a reason to do this, and they're doing it anyways, which makes it hard for me to believe it's not real. Like, coaches, GMs, yes, 100% agree. Players, they don't really go out of their way to talk about other players and brag about the other players. And so I'm very perplexed by the whole situation, to be honest. I don't know what's going to happen. I know one thing. I think having them both there is only going to lead to something better. Because if you have Kyler come in and beat McCarthy out, you either get a baseline Kyler or a motivated Kyler, and either of those is better than what we got last year, Or if JJ McCarthy wins, you have JJ McCarthy taking a big step in the right direction and beating out Kyler Murray, showing that I can play better than a former Pro Bowler can. And statistically, JJ McCarthy did not blow off any doors last season by any means. It was a disappointing year statistically. I'll be the first one to tell you that. The dude was winning at the end of the season. When he came back, he was winning games, period. Like he was just winning games again. So take it for what you will. I mean,
Steven, we went off track. Who do you think wins and why?
yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I think that here's the deal. If I think the Vikings are in a win-win scenario no matter what. I'm going to tell you why, okay? If JJ starts and he's good, that's great. That's great for them. 10 wasn't a waste of a pick. They got their guy. That's your win, okay? If McCarthy's not good and Kyler is, and you get MVP Kyler, that's a win. And you get a guy who literally was the number 1 overall pick, 6 or 7 years ago. Like a really good player, former player. If he can get off the game, he might be better.
Seriously.
But and then here's your flip side of the argument. Okay, you roll out McCarthy, he's ass. Okay, you're set up for next year. Okay, you roll out. What's his nuts? You roll out Murray, and he's ass. You're set up for next year. Like, I don't think that there's a scenario where a Vikings fan is like should be like, obviously you want to be good. I don't know if that's the right word. Obviously you want to be good. Obviously you I think in your perfect scenario doesn't deal with you guys landing another top pick next year and having to pick from the top of the draft. However, just from an outside perspective, I think the Vikings are in a win-win no matter what.
And I kind of agree with you
in a way. However you view the win.
Yeah, I don't so much look at it as the win-win is if we're asked, then you have the top picks and such. But I do agree it's a win-win because I expect NFL players to play like NFL players. So I expect one of them to be good, and I expect one of them to play at a high level. And you combine that with what I assume is going to be, I would say I would be disappointed if they weren't a top 5 defense. That's me. I think the defensive interior got better this offseason. The cornerbacks got better this offseason. The linebackers stayed the same. The safeties probably took a little bit of a dip, and the defensive line as a whole got better. Losing Grenard is big, but we had Turner, who outplayed Grenard last season in the similar amount of games. And you have a defense that was 7th in the NFL. I expect them to take a little bit of a jump. I mean, 6th wouldn't be a total disappointment, but top 5-ish level defense. And then I expect the Vikings to be a 22 to 24 points per game team. That's kind of where I have them. They were 20 points per game last season. So, and like I said, JJ McCarthy didn't blow any doors off, but the end of last season, if you look at it, he was on pace for, here, we'll pull it up. So with McCarthy as the starter at the end of last season to close out the season, the Vikings put up 31 points, 34 points. He left at the start of the third quarter against the Giants. He had 13 points, so he's on pace for 26 points there, 23 points against the Lions, but only had 16 against the Packers. But he didn't play in that fourth quarter. He played well. I know the Commanders and Cowboys defenses were ass. Not going to try to sit here and pretend they weren't, but they're still NFL defenses. Still impressive. I believe in McCarthy still. He needs to stay healthy, first and foremost. I believe in Kyler, too. I like Kyler Murray. I've liked Kyler Murray. He also needs to stay healthy. That's why Carson Wentz is currently on the roster, because both of those guys have proven they can't stay healthy. And Carson
Wentz has really proven he can stay healthy.
Exactly. He will play through a falling off leg. So the Vikings are building a really deep team. I will say that they are building an extraordinarily deep team because every year we keep getting bit in the ass by the same thing. We were so close, but X position got injured, so we were just completely thin there, and that ruined our game plan. And it just can't keep happening. And they are building a really deep team, and I'm really excited. We drafted a tight end who's going to play fullback to replace CJ Ham. Our running back room, Damon Claiborne, he's a rookie. He was a 6th-round pick, I believe. They really like him. A lot of the scouts at the combine were labeling him a Devon Achane clone. So, oh yeah, like he's fast. Like fast. I think Frank Smith, the former Dolphins assistant offensive coordinator, had a big part in him getting drafted by the Vikings. You have Jordan Mason still. Aaron Jones is a great guy for the room, but Spoon, I'm kind of with you. He's a little older. I don't think he should be getting the bulk of the carries, but I do believe now that you have specified roles in that backfield of you have a power back in Jordan Mason, you have a speed back in Claiborne, and then you have a smart pass protector, like a guy you can plug in there when you need the right thing to happen type situation. Guy who can catch passes, can pass block, can do all the things right. The offensive line, if healthy, granted they played 4 healthy games last year, and I think that number will, please God, go up. Should be a top 10 unit. They got way deeper there as well. We drafted a tackle. We got Buffalo swing tackle from last year. Both can play tackle or guard on top of our swing tackle from last year. We went out. We're a little bit thinner at edge now, but I don't feel like the starters got worse. The interior of the defensive line got better. Talked about the defense already. I just feel like this team is poised to be better than we were last year, and we were half a game away from making the playoffs last year with awful quarterback play for 3/4 of the season. So those are my thoughts and feelings on it, on where we're at the current point in the offseason. I am really looking forward to OTAs because this is a big time for Kyler, in my opinion. The OTAs, these are the times where, like, I don't know, have either of you ever been to a job where, like, the first day they go through things in a very, like, okay, this is how we do this, and this is how we do that, and this is how we do this. And it's very like, well, obviously that's how you use the phone. Like, I've used a phone before. That's what they're doing at OTAs. They come in and they go, okay, here's what we do in the huddle. Here's what Kyler Murray's snap count sounds like. Here's what JJ McCarthy's snap count sounds like. Here's what his on 2 sounds like. Here's what his on 3 sounds like. Here's what his on duo sound. And they're going through all these little things. And if Kyler Murray comes out and looks in command of against air, granted, in command of the offense, and is knowing what he's doing, that shows me he's spent time with Kevin O'Connell. He spent time in the building, learning the playbook, getting the stuff down, and doing those extra things that will help catch him up and give him an edge in a quarterback competition. If he comes out and is like, they're having to stop plays and like, hey, Kyler, you need to get him here and he needs to be here, then what are we doing? Like, you need to be doing this already. This needs to have been done. So I think that'll help tell us a lot about what's going to happen, and then obviously training camp. So that's all I got. Unless you guys have any questions for me. Oh, I lied. I almost forgot the biggest news of the day. The Vikings locked up the 2028 draft. 2028 draft will be in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Let's go.
I'm gonna go to that. I'm probably gonna go to that. I mean, granted, we're 2 years away from that, but I've always wanted to go to the draft. Haven't made the trip yet. I think that'll probably be the one I end up making. So, all right.
That would be cool.
Peace out. See you in the next one.